welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia and this is the Julia Inspired Lifestyle channel. So I told you we have a lot of videos that will be teaching you a lot of things to make money. In today's video I want to talk about the types of stocks that I like to buy, the kind of stocks that I like to buy. So first of all, anytime you're doing anything that has to do with stock and investing, you have to understand first your investment strategy. Your investment strategy is very important because you need to know, are you doing this for long term? Are you doing this for short term? Are you the risky kind of person? But all this lies in information. If you are with the right amount of information, you will be able to make up your mind. Now, when you have a combination of both long term and short term, you would know exactly how to play. You know the kind of stocks you should buy for long term. You know the kind of stocks you should buy for short term. You know the kind of stocks you can buy to hedge, because I always want us to be winning. So there are two major types of stocks that I am always looking out for. The first one is the growth stock. The second one is the dividend stocks. So I'm going to explain what they mean. All right? Growth stock. Just the name, growth. Stocks that are building, putting everything. It's like a growing business. You see someone who has a small business, and in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, the business has grown. They now have branches, they now have distributors. So many things are happening. They are expanding and they are covering more states. Growth. So those kind of companies, I love them. They could be in the mega cap, they could be in the small cap. I always look out for this type of companies. I see what they are going to do. I know that maybe some of them could be a short-term growth. Some of them I could leave them for a longer time. Another way I look at it is when I see some very solid companies and they have dropped in their prices due to one or two things. Could be an information, a news, or just normal maybe greed and fear due to inflation and some other economical problems. So whenever I see this kind of opportunities, I usually grab those kind of opportunities. So the second type of stock I want to talk about are the dividend stocks. The dividend stocks. So today I want to focus on the dividend stock, because dividend stocks are the ones that pay you passively. What I mean is the ones that you don't have to do any single thing, but they will be paying you. So a dividend stock is a payment that the company you have invested in gives you. It could come monthly, it could come quarterly, it could come twice a year. So they give you because they are making some profit and they would like to share that profit with you. So you see companies that say they are giving 10% per annum. Some are giving 2% per annum, 5%, 7%, 13%. So each company comes up with their own kind of dividends. But you have to understand that not every company pays dividends. So dividends are not compulsory. They are like an added advantage that a company could, if they want to give you. And they can also say, we don't want to pay anymore. They can also increase. They can also reduce. So all these things are stocks you should learn. Actually, the dividends of stock do not affect the value of a company. If a company is doing well and they're paying dividends, it doesn't necessarily affect the value of the company. Okay, so I'm going to use I like simplifying these things. So I'm going to use a building to explain this. So first of all, a growth stock is like you going to buy a building, like a house. And the idea for you is to keep that house and probably sell it in the next 5 years. So probably you bought it for maybe 2 million naira and you now want to sell it for 5 million in the next 5 years or 15 million, whichever. So most times it's always a long-term thing. Then dividend stocks are like you buying a house, but instead of keeping it or using it to sell later, you rent it out, and every month this property earns you maybe a monthly rent or a yearly rent, something like that. So some of the stocks that are paying dividends that I love are actually in real estate, and I love it because these companies pay me every month. So as they collect their rent, they pay me. So yes, they do. They actually pay a lot. So they pay as much as 10 to 13, 14% per annum, which you cannot get in the bank. So, and you are earning this in dollars. And I need to remind you, you are also earning them in dollars. So they pay you. You can reinvest back into the company. You could use the money to take care of yourself. You could actually use the money to buy some other stocks. So I need you to understand it. I hope you're getting a hold of it. So research the kind of stocks and know what you want to get from these stocks. So every stock have their own pros and cons. Research about them, know the right ones. You can start buying them. I hope this video you learned a lot. Don't forget, your girl is always asking for your subscribe. In case you have not subscribed yet, I'm sure you're learning so many things. Trust me, you're learning. You're learning a lot of things. We're here to build wealth. I'm here to make sure that you have a clue, so that nobody will come tomorrow and tell you things you don't have to. You just have to have the information, and I want to be the first person to give you that kind of information. So like this video, drop a comment. If you learned something, kindly drop it and say thank you, I learned this or this, I learned about dividend stocks or growth stocks, anything. Drop a comment and I will see you in the next video.